This is the KRYPTON MF series of 4-channel marine amplifiers. The amps in the series are the KRYPTON MF3 and the KRYPTON MF4, and both amps use Class AB technology, with the KRYPTON MF3 outputting 100 watts per channel at 2 ohms, 70 watts per channel at 4 ohms, and you can also bridge 2 channels together, which will give you 200 watts at 4 ohms. The KRYPTON MF4 outputs 150 watts per channel at 2 ohms, 100 watts per channel at 4 ohms, and you can also bridge 2 channels together for 300 watts at 4 ohms. Now each amp includes a PA microphone that you can plug into the amp and basically make any announcements or just talk through your system and your speakers. And the amps themselves have a nice sleek design with a black metal sheen, and on the face of the amps is a built-in voltmeter which looks great, but also serves as a tool for you to know if your battery voltage is dropping, which would affect your system's performance. Now we went to extreme lengths to make these amps truly marine ready. The PCB board is conformal coated with a waterproof glue that is painted on to protect the circuitry. The heatsink, including the bottom plate, is made of aluminum, which is rust-proof, and the end panels and even the internal mounting screws and all of the hardware is made from stainless steel, which is also rust-proof. On this side of the amps, we have our power, ground, and remote line terminals. We have 2 fuses, and over here we have our speaker wire terminals. Now you can see that the silk screening shows that you can bridge channels 1 and 2 together, or channels 3 and 4 together. So depending on your setup, you can either bridge channels together or you can use them as individual channels. There are a ton of configuration options because you can bridge 2 channels of the amp or plug 2 speakers into any single channel. Now on the other side over here, we have our RCA inputs for channels 1 and 2 and channels 3 and 4. And over here we have our input mode switch, which has 2 positions, 2-channel mode or 4-channel mode. This means if you only have 1 set of RCA outputs on your receiver, you can run this in 2-channel mode and still have a 4-channel amp to connect all of your speakers. If you have 2 pairs of preamp outputs on your head unit or receiver, you can run the amp in 4-channel input mode. Now these are the controls for channels 1 and 2, which is a level volume knob, a high-pass filter knob, the low-pass filter knob, and then the crossover switch, which can be set into full range mode, high-pass filter mode, and low-pass filter mode, which can also act as a bandpass. The controls for channels 3 and 4 are exactly identical to this. Now going back to the crossover, between channels 1 through 4, they can all play in full range mode, where no frequencies will be filtered out, or in high pass filter mode, where you're filtering out some of the lower frequencies. Or you can use the low pass crossover setting, which is really cool about the low pass filter. You can actually use it to create a band pass filter. So if you set the crossover switch to low pass mode, you can set the high pass filter and the low pass filter, and the range in between them is what you will hear. This is really useful if you want to create a subsonic filter to target really low lows, or if you're doing something like using mid-range speakers on these channels and you want to create a certain frequency range that they can play out of. There's also a bass equalizer knob over here, which will boost the low end up to 12 dB. Now because of all the crossover settings we have on the KRYPTON MF series of amplifiers, these amps are ideal for subwoofers, either sealed or vented, full range speakers, tweeters, mid-range speakers, or even combinations of all different types of speakers. For example, on channels 1 and 2, you can set the crossover to full mode and have 4 full range speakers playing off of those channels. Then you can bridge channels 3 and 4 together and use the bandpass feature to find the perfect frequency range for your vented subwoofer. We actually made this graphic so you can see a list of popular configurations that you can do with this series of amplifiers. These amplifiers are capable of supporting almost any setup you can think of. Now you're probably wondering what one of these amps can actually do, so we have a demo set up to show you. Let's go check that out.
What's up guys? So as you can see, I have my KRYPTON MF4 all set up to my WB65K LED full range speakers. I also have the amp ran to a second amp here, which is powering my subwoofers for a big setup that covers the full range of sound. I also have my phone connected, so I'm gonna play some music for you guys to show you what this amp can do. Here we go. Whoa! So much power coming from these speakers. Plenty of low end coming from the subs. Oh man. Now another really cool thing about this amp is that it comes with a microphone we can plug in. So when I go to press the button to talk, the music will actually cut out so you can hear my voice nice and clearly through the speakers, and when I let go of the button, the music comes right back in.
So from that demo, you were able to see just how powerful one of the KRYPTON MF amplifiers is. So if you're looking for a powerful, sleek, and versatile 4-channel marine amplifier for your setup, look no further than the KRYPTON MF series from Rockville.